At first, when I was describing kidnappers, how we saw kidnappers, these were people who were much older, were engaged in nothing, evil was just their job.
Criminal.
Yes, but now we have students in school. And you know what is even scarier is that this is a fellow, sometimes it happens to like your fellow students who you've been in school with for years, who in your mind you feel that you know this person to an extent, you have built a relationship and you have some trust for this human being. And because you're in a setting of school, you would never think that there's such...
All of us are trying to get a degree.
Yes, you never think that such a person, exists around you. So that's what makes it even scarier, because at this point, you can trust no one. But now let's talk about why I feel this is so rampant. I think social media has a lot to do with it. And I mean in the way that a lot of materialism is being showcased on social media.
So here you are. Wealth.
Yes. So here you are. Or it may even be traceable. It does not matter. So someone comes online and shows their palatial houses and their clothes and shoes and their travel and everything. You, 22-year-old, 21-year-old in university, you're here thinking, I want that life now. I want it as, I want it as well, and I want it right now. Meanwhile, you don't know the story, because we don't also tell that story. The story of how we have worked hard, how, hard work is even much better than, all these things that we're showing around. So we have, inadvertently, we've been preaching materialism over hard work, over character building. So our young ones, all they see is money, and, all our songs and that we listen to now also contributes in a way that if you don't have money, you're nothing. If you're a big boy, you're everything. So you're thinking, I want to be a big boy as well. I want to be able to do all these things. So we have to look at ourselves, all of us, because this society is not a society that is from space. We're all society. In what ways are we contributing to this menace that is materialism? Then there's the second one, which is we're so afraid also of calling out evil. And I can understand why, in many cases, why that happens. But you go to like a really high-end, expensive store. You see teenagers or barely above teenage age boys coming. They look like, you can tell that they don't look like they can afford it, but they are affording it more than anyone else. They are buying this. Or you hear people say, in my estate, this particular new buildings, they have bought it. If you see the cars that they're driving, but everybody is just looking. Nobody is saying anything. Because one, if you say something, the repercussions, yes, you can be the victim of whatever lifestyle it is that they're going through. Now, you also mentioned police officers. It's good to hail them when they do something good. And there have been stories where they have followed up, and we thank them for that. But there are also stories that we have heard. And because sometimes family and relatives have been involved, where the only way that crime could have been committed was because our security personnel, our police, have been compromised. So there are still bad eggs within the police force, and a lot of work has to be done at that level as well.